How
Good
are you?
evening.
Good
Yes,
evening.
right.
Okay. So how is your day today?
My days, I think my literature grade is very bad.
Okay.
You
Are
know,
you done? Are you done with your final exam?
my final exam,
Yeah.
just one more subject on
Oh,
tomorrow.
that's going tomorrow. Okay. So I'm going to share with you again um our wait, this one. Okay. Oh wait, not that. That is not the one I'm going to share to you. Okay, here. Okay, for okay, what okay, can you see this one, Koi?
I see.
Okay. Now, just what I have promised you last time that we are going to have another um what is one another essay, okay, to critique, okay, so that you can be able to have a knowledge, okay, a very or a foundation on how you are going to do the essay, okay, in preparation for your, of course, for your future. Maybe one of these days you are going to enroll in a big university, and that university is needing an essay, and you have now the idea on how to do that, okay. So last time we were able to do the New York University scholarship. Now, can you choose another one except for New York University scholarship, because we're done that one?
Yes. About we have the New York University scholarships.
I guess we're done with this one last time.
Now I just say, and we have done it.
Yeah, we have done that one. Yeah, except for this one, and then we have to choose another one.
I think go the sixth one, chain alliteration.
Okay, count.
Six, no, chain the six.
Chains alive foundation.
Yes, that is.
Okay. Oh wait. Okay, this is it.
Oh,
Wait, this is this the chains alive.
no,
Wait,
no.
no, this one is not.
Oh, yeah, that is. Oh, no,
Okay,
no.
this one, yeah, this one. Okay, so it's quite long also. This one is a very good essay. Okay, how come they come up with this particular essay, right?
Right.
Although it's just only they're just actually in making this particular essay, they're just going to make an essay which regards to their application, a scholarship application. Okay, so we're going to critique again what makes this essay a very good one. Okay, aside from that, we had able to critique last time. Okay, we have here prompt. It says here, please explain a personal hardship or catastrophic life event that you have experienced. So how did you manage to overcome this obstacle? Actually, these are the key questions for them to answer. Then what did you learn and how did you grow from it? And this answer is critical to your application, as change a life foundation's vision is to insist individuals who have persevered and overcome a hardship or catastrophic life event. So when we say catastrophic, it's also the same with
Hush.
hardship. Okay? Now, in this particular questions, Isabella Mendez Figueroa, I guess this one is a Filipina, okay, and she was able to write this particular uh, very not concise but a very good one, okay, because this was published already, Okay, that's why this one is a very good one because this one has been published already. Okay? Okay, let's try to critique this one, Koi. Okay, now, have you seen a okay, before we're going to critique that one, I hope you can be able um to uh to put in mind the the things that we had discussed last time. So, what are those literary forms in writing that we had able to discuss last time? It's all about
New York University.
okay, the literary terms that we had discussed last time. What are those? Just like alliteration.
I think we learned about 9 techniques to write essay.
Okay, chasmus. Okay, so those are the words that we had discussed last time. So I hope you can be able to remember that one. So we are going to critique this particular essay which regards to those words, which regards to the words that we had discussed last time. But before that, okay, I'm going to go back again to that, huh? For a while. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Okay. Essay. Okay. This one called. Okay, we were able to study about tricolon. So these are again literary techniques, right? So we're able to discuss about tricolon. What do you mean by tricolon? Of course, we have here an explanation of it.
I can
Okay.
see anything.
You cannot see. Okay, what? Wait.
Okay. Oh no.
What about this time? You can see again?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened? Okay, wait. What about this time now? You
Hmm.
can see, cannot.
Not yet. I
Okay.
think you click some wrong place.
What is that?
I think you click some wrong places.
Okay, wait. I have
Oh,
to
I
click.
just for why, but it's still black.
Wait. I have to wait. I have to get that one.
What happened? Hmm.
Okay, wait for a while. Okay, I have to share that one again. Okay, what about this time now?
Hmm.
You can't?
Yes.
You can't? Or you can. You can see this or you cannot.
No, I cannot see it.
Oh, so what am I going to do with this? Wait.
Yeah, I see. I see. Yeah, I
Okay,
see.
okay. This time now. You can see
Oh,
it now?
yeah, just for a while, but it's still black.
Okay,
And,
this one.
oh, yeah, I see.
Okay. What about tricolon? You can see this?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, very good. Okay, now,
No.
before we're going to critique again on that particular essay, we're going to go back again with this one. Okay, I want you to remember tricolon. So we are going to look for a tricolon in that particular essay. Okay? Okay, when we say tricolon, what does it mean, Koi?
A tricolon elite of three or sentences in
Okay, or
stems
parts, yes.
parts.
So, yeah, three parts or clause or three sentences. That is what? That is what it goes on? That is slash, okay, maybe by a particular comma. Okay, that is separated by a particular comma. So that is a tricolon. Okay, and next we have tautology. Okay.
G.
Yes. So what is a tautology?
And I can see again.
You cannot see again. What about this
Yeah,
time
this,
now?
yes,
Okay.
on
Now,
please.
what is a tautology?
Definition: the saying of the same thing. Same thing what? The saying
Okay.
of the same thing try in different words.
Different words. Okay.
Generally considered to be a force of start.
Okay. Or this is what we call like this. Okay. When we say it's a saying, actually, it's a saying of the same as in, it was used twice in different words. Just like, for example, in my opinion, and then I think that, again, it was separated by a comma again. Okay. We can be able to know if that is a tautology because it's separated by a comma and it has the so-called this one. Okay, open and close quotation. Okay, so that is what we call a tautology. But sometimes tautology doesn't have a quotation, such as this one: hot water heater. But we can be able to say that this one is a tautology because hot and heater are almost the same. Okay? So that is tautology or tautology. Next, parallelism.
Parallelism.
Okay.
Parallelism. Okay.
Yeah, so when you say parallelism, that means it's parallel in structure, meaning it's the same.
Yes.
Okay? So by separating again words or phrases or clauses by a comma. Okay, like for example, she tried
To
to
make
make her
pastry
pastry
fluffy,
fluffy,
sweet,
sweet, and
delicate.
delicate. Actually, these are all adjectives, right?
Yes.
Fluffy, sweet, and
Is
delicate. Okay, so in this particular sentence, we uses adjectives, fluffy, sweet, and delicate. Okay? Okay, this one, it's also parallelism of words. We call that one as parallelisms of word. Okay, or parallelism of words. And then on the second one, we have also parallelism of phrases. Like for example,
or singing a song or writing a poem. It
yes. So we separated the two clause or the two phrase here with the or. That means it could also be like this or it could also be like this. Okay? And that is parallelism of phrases. Then we have parallelism of
of
clauses. So just like for example,
birds are inexpensive, crops are cheap, tourists
okay,
abundant.
trout are abundant,
Yeah,
but
birds
salmon
are
are
bad.
best. Now, take note, in this particular parallelism of clauses, we have, it could also be two clauses, or it could also be three clauses. In this particular sentence here, we have one, two, three, and four clauses. First clause, perch are
Are bad.
inexpensive. Cod are cheap. That's the second clause. Trout are abundant. That's the third clause. But salmon are best. That's the fourth clause. Now, what would be our or the thing that that we're going to understand in this particular parallelism of clauses? It's the semicolon. Okay, the a semicolon here. So semicolon, semicolon, semicolon. That means it's separated by that one. So it's a clause, parallelism of clauses. Okay? Okay. So I want you to remember this one, Koi, because we're going to use that one in our activity. Next, we have the chasmus.
Just move.
Okay. So what is a chasmus?
A sentence include two words in the first half and which process cross
Yes.
second half.
Yes. So in a particular sentence, it was repeated. The first half was crisscrossed, okay, in the second half. For example, all for one for all. Okay? And again, we separated this one with either a comma or the word and. So all for one, comma, and one for all. So this one is chasmus. Okay? Or example number 2, ask not what your country can do for you, again, comma. We don't have an and there, but
Yes.
we use comma. Okay. But what you can do for your country. Okay. For as long as it has the exchange of words in there or the position of the words, that could be a chasmus. Okay. Okay. Next one would be
Yeah.
polysyndeton. Okay. So what's a polysyndeton?
That slow down the to by using many conjunctions.
Yes, okay. So slowing down the rhythm, meaning if you try to read in them, if you try to read that particular statement, you can say, I have to pause. Okay, again, in reading to koi, if you happen to see comma, you have to pause for a while. So that's the essence of reading also. In this particular polysyndeton, we can say that we have to use the rhythm. Oh, we have the rhythm when it comes to reading? Yes, we have a rhythm when it comes to reading. Just like, for example, we lived and laughed and loved and left. Okay, so it has the rhythm in it. Okay, by using the and. Okay, okay. Because sometimes we can use the comma, koi, right? Instead of
Yes.
and, we can use the comma, right? We live, comma, love, comma, love, comma, and left. So we
So
can use that. But in a certain polysyndeton, to make your essay more attractive to the reader, you need to use them, but not all the time. Okay, do not use this one from the very beginning of your paragraph up to the end of your paragraph. It's not also good, okay, in using polysyndeton from that start up to the end. Okay, so you will be questioned if you're going to use that one. Okay, so that is polysyndeton. Next, the opposite of polysyndeton would be
assistant
ascenditon. Okay, so when we say ascenditon, what does it mean?
consists of omitting conjunction between words, phrases, clauses.
Yes. Okay, actually, in polysyndeton, we use the and. Okay, most of the time, you can see there the and, the and, the and. But in ascenditon, we omitted the conjunctions between words, phrases, or clauses. Just like, for example, FYI. So when you say FYI, what does it mean?
It's
For
made
your
for
information. So FYI means for your information. The root A means not. Okay? Or without. So this should help you remember that ascendeton does not have a conjunction. Okay? It doesn't have a conjunction. For example,
Marin Rooms is a tribute to Star Wars,
okay.
Game of
Yes.
Thrones, and no, Game of Thrones, Harry.
Yeah. So this is what I'm telling you a while ago, right? That we can use comma, okay? Instead of and, we can use comma most of the time there. Okay? Okay. You can use the and in order for your essay to be more attractive, or you can also use ascenditon without the and. Instead of and, you can use commas. Okay? Okay. I hope you can still remember that one. And then we have also the so-called polyptone. polyptoton. Okay, so what is a polyptoton?
It's a repetition of word derived from the same root.
Yes, it's a repetition, meaning you repeat the words
Yes.
derived from the same root word. Let's say, for example,
But alas, the case in narrow the test could right
threshold,
stress
threshold high.
stress so high.
Okay.
Chosen because you choose to be chosen are the hosting.
Yes, okay. So the word chosen has been used, choose has been used also, chosen again has been used. So we can also put that one in a certain essay to make your essay more attractive to the reader. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And most especially to the person who is needing that particular essay. Okay. Oh, this particular essay is it's going to be good. Okay. It's perfect
Yes.
because he uses the literary techniques in writing. And these are some of the literary techniques which I am teaching you. Okay. Okay. Next, we have also the last one, which is
For alliteration.
yeah, it's the alliteration. Ah, no, this one, the second to the last. So alliteration means,
It means the repeated consonant sound occurring at the beginning word.
yes,
Oh, it's quite hard.
yes. Or just like for example, but of course, I'm going to remind you again, you don't need to put a lot of consonants, okay? Because it's hard for you to think of words that has consonants in it, right? Okay. Actually, alliteration can only be you have to think of it. Okay, you have to think of it before putting it in an essay because it's hard for you to make to have the same consonant or the same first consonant letters in your essay. So it's going to be an effort. So you have to think that one first, okay? And then we have the last one, which is anaphora.
Anaphora.
Yeah, it's so what's an anaphora?
In definition, repetition of the same word or group of words at the beginning of sentences, clauses, sentences, or lines.
Yes, and it's very easy for you to understand if this one is anaphora
Yes.
because with the use of these. Okay, so this royal throne of kings, this hunting isle, this earth of majesty, this seat of Mars. So we use the word these most of the time. Okay, so that is anaphora. Okay, okay. So now we've known already what are the literary techniques. So we are going to start now. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, Okay, we have to start to correct. Okay, if we are going to do that. Okay, this one. So we're going to critique the, wait, where is it? Okay, I was lost for a while.
Okay. Okay.
Ah, it's here for a while.
Okay.
You can see it?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, very good. Okay. Now, in again, Koi, in a certain essay, there must always be a guide question for you to answer. So just like this one, they have a guide questions to answer. Okay? Okay, now let's try to critique now this particular um, essay written by Isabella Mendez Figueroa. Okay, maybe she's a Filipina because the family name Figueroa is in the Philippines. I heard a lot of Figueroa here in the Philippines. Okay.
This family's name is greatly popular in your country.
Yes, Mendez and Figueroa and Isabella or Isabella is also a well-known name here in the Philippines. Isabella Mendez Figueroa. Okay?
Oh,
Okay, now let's critique now Koi. Let's try to find here if she uses the so-called literary techniques.
the
Okay,
so
can we read this one?
filling out this application and my college applications hard for me to face heads on the realities, realities,
Realities.
realities that I
Yes.
grow in. Looking back and describing my life, I see all the ways in which I am disadvantaged, disadvantaged,
Disadvantage.
okay, disadvantage
Advantage.
due to my social
Socio-economic.
socio-economic status. But I
Yes.
think it's important to know that I was fully aware of any of
Of
um,
it
its growing up.
growing up. Okay.
I knew that my parents could couldn't buy me everything, but I also knew that they hardly ever said no. I was a very normal child,
Okay.
asking for chicken
Nuggets.
nuggets,
Yeah.
looking at mom and dad anytime I was scared or unsure of something.
Yes.
As I grow, I learned to find my own monster, but I know also about the one that
Frighten. Frighten.
frightens my parents. The monsters of a world that they wasn't born into monster of doubt and disadvantage that try to keep them stuck in a cycle of poverty.
Yeah.
Thinking,
Thriving. Thriving.
thriving in a world that casts them to the side and a society that with current political
Political climate
climate
doesn't.
doesn't welcome them with a warm hello.
Oh, okay. Now, let's
Okay.
try to critique now. What have you observed in the first paragraph? So we call this one as paragraph, right? So it's going to be a lot of sentences in
Yeah.
one paragraph. Okay. Now, in this particular paragraph, Koi, what have you observed? What she used in this particular paragraph?
Uh,
Does she use the so-called tricolon?
I don't know.
Okay, actually, I wasn't able to see here. I couldn't able to see here that
Yeah.
she's using a tricolon. But what I have observed here is a tautology.
Tautologies.
Yeah. Okay. Again, what is a tautology again?
What is tautologies?
Yeah. So
Wait,
if you
total.
can still remember what's a tautology again?
Okay, I just only remember the tricolon is nine techniques.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, a tautology, she used there in my opinion. Okay, I hope you can still remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, in my opinion, or I think, so she
Uh,
used that one.
yeah.
Okay, for a while.
Okay,
Okay.
remember
Yeah, I have to go back where I'm going to go back there. I cannot go back there. Okay, for a while. It's there. Okay. Uh, it's there. But I think it's important to note that I wasn't fully aware of any of it growing up. Okay? So she used it's going to be a tautology, I think.
on
Okay?
so
Because she used the word I think. Okay. And then aside from that, she uses a lot of commas.
comma.
Yeah. You observe that? Okay. And that is the opposite of polyscendent tone. What's the opposite of polyscendent tone? It's the ascendant tone. So usually in this particular paragraph, she uses most of the time ascendant tone. Okay?
Mm,
Okay. I couldn't see here. I couldn't see here the so-called parallelism. It doesn't have.
Alright.
Chasmus doesn't have.
That's
Okay. Yeah. Polytoton alliteration doesn't have also. So I can only see in the first paragraph would be a
also common
ascendaton. Okay.
in the top.
Okay. Yeah. Ascendaton. Okay. Let's try to continue. Koi.
The babysitter, the housekeeper, the driver is taken my dad. Uh,
Okay, it's
and
there. Okay, for a while, Koy. Excuse me. It's there. I can
yes,
see the
yes,
babysitter, the housekeeper, the driver. So what's this one?
yes, I know it's in
The number one. It's the
is I don't remember.
tricolon. Okay, one.
Oh,
The
twice
babysitter,
sister.
the housekeeper, the driver. Okay, so it's composed of
Thought
three no three phrases. Okay, that's why it's tricolon. Okay, continue, Koi. Sorry to disturb you again.
okay. It taken my dad 10 years or night shift to attain financial stability and become
Okay,
asset to his work work what? His workplace.
workplace.
Our okay workplace.
Yes.
He's been one of the millions of people who have been laid off in the last couple of decades.
So sad. Okay,
What,
continue, Koi.
what happened?
So sad because her father has been laid off from work. Yeah.
In the last couple of decades and has had to start over multiple times.
Mhm.
But each time he's rebuilt himself with more res-
Resilience.
resilient. I proud living in such a housing because my parents often found themselves living paychecks to paychecks.
Paycheck.
Okay, not
Paycheck to paycheck. Okay. And then,
not by choice, but by circumstance. They
so,
and
yeah, that's correct.
um, bankruptcy, bankruptcies over credit card debt,
Bankruptcy. Oh, they had been bankrupt. Okay.
bankruptcies over credit card debt.
Okay.
I have never owned a home or been given a seat to resort that allow them to serve every time we readapt it. We get struck by a new change. I currently live in Manchester Square, a ghost town by-products of a lot.
Los Angeles. Okay, so this one is not a Filipina. Okay,
Oh,
sorry to disturb you because she lives in
Mary.
Los Angeles, California. Okay. Okay, so sorry.
Okay, no.
Okay, next.
A ghost town by-product of Los Angeles Airport expansion project. The 16 step I have always known soon to be demolished. Right? Demolished?
Demolish.
Demolished. My neighbor empty, lost,
Lots.
and closed by fences.
Okay.
How many people pitch tents under the row of airplanes? My
Okay.
home is soon to become an accommodation to an airport.
Okay.
Being non-existent,
Existent.
no soon to be insistent.
Non-existent.
Non-existent. Knowing that my family had to what
Relocate.
relocate and applying to college make me feel a task anxieties
Okay.
because of my lack of resource.
Resources.
I feel it will become a barrier into my transition to college.
Yeah.
My parents' finances
Finances.
finances are not a secret.
Okay.
I know there's struggles, right? I hear there's
Struggles.
struggles.
Struggles. Okay, go.
As I hear about them day after day, my parents now deal with the burden of relocating
Relocating. Yeah.
pages no longer having subsidized
Subsidized.
housing, and again stirred by yet another need to readjust and
Readjust.
readjust
Yes.
and resemble relocating a fancy of five
Family of five.
or family of five in area bigger.
Plugged.
Okay, lots of fancy word.
Yeah, plugged by gentrification.
Plus by gentrification of stadium and dem- demolition
Demolition.
is no simple task at prices are as high as mortgages.
Mortgages. Okay.
It's all they don't want to me to stress or have it become my problem. But I know it is, and I want to do whatever I can to help
Okay. Okay.
my
Okay.
guys.
Now, again, in this particular paragraph, Koi, the author, which is Isabella Mendez Figueroa, okay, in her second paragraph, she uses the again, what is that again? The number one literary technique. She uses the so-called
Uh, see you
tricolon.
try
Okay. And then aside from that, she uses again a lot of what? Commas in there. So if she uses again a lot of ascendeton.
ascend
Okay, yeah, ascendeton. Now, this is what I'm telling you, Koi. Okay, this is what I'm telling you that in a certain essay, you don't need to use those all literary techniques. Okay, you can just apply the ones that you are known to that literary techniques. Just like, for example, in this particular essay, she uses only a lot of, okay, a lot of what? Ascendeton. Okay, ascendeton. And up to the end of her essay. But, okay, the question would be, is she able to answer the key questions here? How did you manage to overcome this obstacle? Yes. Under the second paragraph, she was able to mention their situations. Okay? She was able to mention their situation. They forced to relocate near the airport. Okay? Because they don't have their own house or their own home. So they were forced to relocate in that particular area. And then she is planning to what? To go to college. And that would be her biggest problem because she doesn't know if she could continue to go to college because of their situation. That's why she applied with this particular scholarship program. Okay? And in this particular scholarship program, in order for you to be part of this scholarship program, you need to write a very good essay. Okay? Okay. Now, I know you can do this one, Koi. Okay. Again, how to do this? It needs a lot of planning. So you have to plan first before going to do writing.
mm,
Okay, that's what I'm going to emphasize to you that it should be planning first. Then after planning, you have to put a lot of words in there in writing already. And then after writing, you need to what? You need to edit that one.
edit.
Okay, that would not be final. So you
Yeah.
need to edit them. Okay, as much as possible, you have to go to
Or
someone that knows how to edit, especially what? Especially your teacher, maybe your English teacher, because they know how to edit. They know the perfect one, the perfect essay, and they could give you an advice for that. Okay? Okay, so again, you have to start planning it now if you wanted to be part of that particular program also. So you need to focus on that one. Okay, Koi?
Okay,
Okay, so I hope I was able to answer your queries. It's all about how to make a good essay. Did I?
can solve my problem.
Huh? Did I already given you some techniques in order for you to start writing a good essay?
So,
Yes or no? Huh?
yes, of course.
Yeah, okay. And of course, this is what I'm going to say, okay? That there are also the so-called on-the-spot essay writing. Okay? There is the so-called on-the-spot essay writing. So I want you to study also on how to do the on-the-spot essay writing. Okay?
Mm,
So no subject at all. You have to think of the subject and then they will just going to give you the questions or the keywords and then you need to expound that one by yourself. So that is what we call on the spot essay writing. But mostly essay, if you are applying for a scholarship abroad, they will be giving you time for you to write your essay. They will be going to give you a guide questions before you can submit your essay. If that would be the case, you can be able to prepare for yourself. Okay, for yourself, so you can be able to go to your teacher, maybe an English teacher, and show your work to that particular teacher. And then let the teacher critique your work before you are going to submit that one. Okay?
yeah.
Okay, why there are a lot of foreigners has been accepted in a big university in the United States because they studied well when it comes to what? When it comes to making essay. Okay? Okay, because that is one of the requirements in order for you to be part of that particular scholarship program in the United States. Okay, but
Stay.
I don't know in your country, Koi, in your country, did they require to do that one if you are applying for a scholarship program in your country? Did they require to have an essay or they do not require it?
I think same as your country or other country in the world. We have to
Oh.
say we have to write in essay to
Yeah.
application to the scholarship in university.
Yeah, actually, here in the Philippines, if you need to apply for a scholarship, you just need to write a letter. Okay?
Right.
So how, yes, that's just only a letter coming from the student, then a letter coming from the parents. So putting in there in the content of the letter would be why do you need to apply for a scholarship program? So that would be the key question. So why do you need to apply for a scholarship program? So the student would answer that one through a letter.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the most common one of the but of course that is just only one of the requirements.
Yes.
Okay, that is just only one because in applying a scholarship in the Philippines, we do have a lot of requirements, Koy. Okay? Okay. So, I hope you understand or you understood already. Okay? So, do I have to make another example? No need because you do understand it. Now, if you need more examples, I can send you this one so
Yeah.
that you can be able to look at this one and try to write your own also. Prepare for that, okay? Okay,
Yeah.
Koi? So I'll be sending you this one.
In the
Okay.
psychologies.
Yeah.
Think.
Okay, sorry, but I have to pause that and then we have to go to our lesson now. Now, again, as I promised you, Koi, is I am going to explain to you now
Tense.
the use of, not
Tense.
this one, yeah, Yeah, sorry.
Do you mean perf? What? Wait, what?
Yeah, the infinitive and the gerund.
Continue.
Okay? I
Oh,
hope you can see this one. Can you see this?
yes,
Yeah,
see.
okay. Now, when do we use actually the gerund and infinitive? So this one is a one by one explanation of when do we use infinitive. Okay, number one, if
A
we
frog.
have an adjective, following after an adjective should be to and
Mm,
the verb.
mm,
Okay? So for example, the new computer is really easy
e-
to use. So what's the adjective?
adjective,
Easy.
easy.
Yes. So therefore, after the adjective, we have to use
Infinitive,
to.
to.
Okay, to and then a
A
verb.
verb.
Yes. Okay, next. We use infinitive if
After a certain
we're,
verb,
yes, after a certain verbs. Okay? Example,
we
he
refuse to
refused
pay the
to
bill.
pay the bill. So you are right. Okay, last time you were right because you tell me that it's a verb. Okay, it's a verb. So therefore you have to use to. Okay, two infinitive. So that would be infinitive. So we do not say he refused paying the bill because it's wrong. Okay, because we use the two if we are talking about some or certain verbs, but not all verbs. Okay, there are also some, or there are also certain verbs that we do not need to put to there. Okay, because we can use the gerund in there. Okay, as we go at the bottom, we all know how are we going to use that one. Okay, again, we use infinitive after an adjective.
Yeah,
We use infinitive
after a
if
certain
a
verb.
certain verb. Okay? Now, what about a gerund now? So a gerund, we can use a gerund
As
if,
subjects of
yeah,
class.
if it is the subject of the clause, maybe. Like, for example,
Cycling
cycling.
is good for your health.
Yes, so we use this one as a subject of a sentence or a clause. Okay? So when I say clause, it's not complete sentence yet. So that becomes a clause, right? If we're going to say sentence, that's it has a complete thought. In this particular, cycling is good for your health. This could be a sentence because it's complete already. Okay? So uh, it's used as a subject. Therefore, we have to use the gerund. Okay?
Yeah.
Next, we use gerund
After
after a
proposition,
preposition. So what are prepositions? Just like,
before,
for example, before, okay, up, okay, down, okay, beside, below. So those are prepositions. So after that, we have to use gerund. Okay, again, when we say gerund, it's the ing form of the verb. It should have the ing form of the verb
verb,
so that it could become gerund.
to
Okay, next,
pretty easy.
verbs
Can
followed by
verb,
gerund. So
to
a verb and then followed by another verb. Let's say, for example, but of course, it should be gerund now. So
yeah,
I enjoy. Enjoy is a verb,
verb,
and then followed by another verb, but this time, it's the ing form of the verb, and that is gerund. So I enjoy cooking. Okay? Okay, and these are the words. These are some of the words that if you're going to use them, okay, let's say, for example,
are
I admit.
and meat.
Okay, so what gerund we're going to put in there? I admit.
I is meet I is wait I is meet your beautiful no your beauties.
Okay, again, after a verb followed by a gerund. Just
Yeah.
like I enjoy cooking. So we can say, I admit,
Cooking of your
I admit, no, no, not, we have to change cooking. So I admit, um,
what what we call
yeah, I have to think of it. So I admit, um, I
we
admit going to
go
somewhere if you are going to come with me. Okay?
or
Could it be also right, right? It's
reasonable
hard for us to look for a gerund in the word admit. Okay, what about advice?
advice. I advise going to hospital if
Uh,
you have ill or frequent
yeah.
body.
Yeah, so going, okay? I advise going to blah 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 blah, okay?
Uh,
And then allow and then avoid and then okay, so on and so forth.
what
What else? So
what
that
we
we could be a gerund. So if the verbs with
we verb
prepositions
verb with followed by gerund.
followed by a gerund. Okay, so what does it mean? Let's say, for example,
I
I'm looking
forward
forward to
forward.
seeing you again soon. Again, looking is a verb.
Yeah.
Following after the verb is a preposition. So therefore, after that one should be a gerund.
Hmm.
Okay? Should be a gerund, but we have to use the to there.
Oh,
Okay? To seeing. But this time, okay, forward to. Okay, actually, forward to is the whole preposition. So forward to, and then after that one would be a gerund seeing. So like for example, accuse of,
I see.
agree with,
Really.
apologize for, and then after that should be an ing form of the verb. Okay, following after this prepositions. Okay?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So can we give an example? Can you choose a word in here or prepositions and then use them or use that in a sentence, Koi?
I depend on borrow. Wait, I depend on borrowing my
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So depend on borrowing.
dream about. Yes. What do you mean?
Okay, you said while ago, I depend on borrowing. Come again?
I
What did you
depend
say?
on borrowing.
Okay, so borrowing. So use the word borrowing there. Okay, so that is a gerund. Okay, because it's a verb follows by a prepositions. Okay, next. Words followed either
My
by an infinitive or
on
the ing form. So this one sometimes is hard for you to identify if this one is an infinitive or the ing form of the verb. But you should remember always words with the same meaning. For example, I started to read. Okay, and then you have to say, I started reading.
okay.
Okay, now, when you say I started to read, it's the same as I started reading. So therefore, it's a gerund.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. This one is an infinitive, but this one is a gerund. How to say that that's an infinitive? Because of the to. And when do we say that this one is a gerund? Because of the ing form
NG
of the
verb.
verb. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say, for example, can we use attempt as an
Attempt.
infinitive verse?
I attempt I attempt to get over my uncle death.
Okay, I attempt to get over my.
Uncle death.
Okay, and then how to use that as an ing form of the verb or gerund?
Teram, I attempt getting over.
Okay, yeah, that's getting over. So that becomes now gerund. Okay. Next,
Mm.
words with the same meaning but
It's
different
object.
in use. So we can also say it's an infinitive or it's a gerund. Let's say, for example, the word advice. Okay, so how
Advise
to use that as an infinitive? I advise.
you to go by bird.
And how when do we say that it's a gerund?
I arrive going by bird.
Yes. So the only difference between the two would be in an infinitive, we use an object.
Yeah.
Okay? So what's the object there? It's you. Okay? But in gerund, we do not use
Object.
object. So we omitted object. So therefore, you have to say, I advise going by
Bird.
bus. Okay? Just
So,
like allow, permit, forbid. Okay, it's all the same. And we have also words with different in meaning. Let's say, for example, forget, remember. Okay, so it's the what? It's the opposite meaning of it, right? So when you say forget, it's remember. So infinitive would be like this.
okay. We rely on the what?
Okay, can you read this one? Remember to switch off.
Remember to switch off the lights.
Okay, and then the other one.
Do you remember switching off the lights?
Yes. So, in infinitive, remember to switch off the lights. So in gerund, you have to say, do you remember switching off the lights? So in the form of question. Okay? Do you remember switching off the lights? Okay, let's say, for example, go on.
Go on
Okay, starting something new, which is go on
to read.
to read. And then,
Go on reading.
yes, so go on reading. Okay, and then it's like that. So that's simple. Let's say, for example, I stopped to
Oh,
smoke. So it could also be
I
I
stopped
stopped smoking.
it.
Okay, and then when you say try to solve this riddle.
I tried talking to him.
Try talking to him. Okay, so we can also use try in as an infinitive.
I tried
Okay,
in
but using the to, of course, and then we can also use the try
to
as gerund by putting ing form of the verb.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so I guess it's understood already, so we don't have a problem in it. I just have only how many? One, two, three, four. Okay, which I am going to explain to you next meeting. Okay, the use of what?
Use of infinitive and gerund.
No, the one that you gave me last time that I have to explain it to you. The use of were have or will have
Uh,
been, had been, and have been.
no, the
Right?
tenses. No tenses. I mentioned
Tenses of the verbs. Yeah, tenses
yes.
of the
We
verbs.
more hard the tense that's past.
Present continuous.
No, present perfect continue
Yeah, present perfect continuous and
and
present perfect tense.
no. Okay, wait. Three.
Okay.
First. Okay. Past perfect continue tense.
Past. Okay, okay.
Perfect continue tense. Present perfect continue tense.
Okay,
That's part.
continuous.
And future perfect continue tense.
Yeah, okay. So it's more on the tenses of the verb.
Yeah.
Okay, tenses of the verbs that is in the past, in the present, and
Mm.
in the future. Okay, so how are we going to use them? As present perfect tense in the past, and then no, in at present. Okay, at present because it's present. Okay, then how to use the tenses of the verb in the future and how to use the tenses of the verb in the past.
Yes.
Okay, so that is what you mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. I
Okay,
often get confused about
about how to use that.
yes how to use past perfect
And
Cont-
then you said also about the use of have been or had been. Have you still remember that?
have been,
Yeah.
have
Well,
been
have you
ing for a word.
you mentioned that one last time
Would have,
that
right? Would
you,
have been,
would have been
yes.
and
Would
would
have been,
had been. Okay,
yeah,
would have been, and would had been. Okay, I
yeah,
remember that one. I have the copy of it, so I have to look for that. Okay.
yes. So
Okay.
answers.
Yeah. So, do you have any questions with this one? Now, before we're going to end up our lesson for today, Koi, I want to have a recap of the lessons that we had discussed today. Okay. First, we had able to discuss about
About how to
again.
make a perfect essays.
Okay, how to do a perfect essay. Now, I want you to remember how many literary techniques we have learned. We have
Now,
9. Okay, can you name them?
it's why,
Okay, of course it's
yes,
hard. Okay, can you
why,
give me only 2 that you've known that
yes.
you had in mind already?
My three techniques,
Okay, 3.
tautology and chasmus.
Okay, so that is tricolon,
Try
tautology, and
and
chasmus. But you should have to remember also ascendeton and polyscendeton, okay? Because those are very easy. Actually,
yes,
in a lot of essays, we can see a lot of polyscendeton and ascendeton because they use that one most of the time, okay? In most essays, okay? Rarely used is anaphora. Anaphora
for
and alliteration. Actually, anaphora is can also be used, but the difficult one is the use of alliteration, the use of the same first consonant letter. It's very hard for you because you need to think of it. But in a so-called actual, or maybe in the so-called if you are given an on-the-spot essay, so do not use alliteration, okay? Because it's very hard to do that. Okay, Koi? Okay, then
okay
aside from those, we had able to learn again infinitive and
and Gerard.
gerund. Okay, do you have any questions?
Let me see. I still have many questions about English.
Yeah, you do have a lot of questions in English, or you just have to
Oh
keep
yes,
that. You just have to keep that one, and
yes,
next meeting we can do that. Okay?
okay,
Okay. Oh,
yes. I think the more courses part in my English exam is emphasize now. I'll put the phrase on a noun, a verb, or adjective. Do you
ah,
understand?
it was already in. Have you able to take your exam already, or you took up the exams already in English?
Yes, about my pronunciation of the word. How
Okay,
to
and then.
emphasize in strong vowel.
Oh, really? So we use the word emphasize there.
Yes, I don't think I get many points from it.
Oh, why?
Because
Is it
not
hard?
yes, I'm not very good at my pronunciation.
Ah, so that's the reason. Is your teacher is an American teacher?
Local teachers
A
with
local. But they're
yes,
good teachers, huh? They're good English teachers.
yes,
Okay.
her
Yeah.
pronunciation not very good.
Not very good. Why?
No, no, no. I mean, I think your pronunciation about how to say right vowel. But
Yeah.
she seems doesn't know much consensus about that part. She don't
Uh,
teach her student very much about pronunciation, just
yeah.
but on listening, reading, and writing.
Yeah, but when it comes to pronunciation,
Yes.
they rarely use that one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why here in our tutorial, of course, you hear a lot of pronunciation because it's very important also. Okay, not only the language, not only the reading, but you need to have also pronunciation because that is how you are going to enunciate the word correctly. Okay? Okay, so Koi, thank you so much for your time. We'll see you again tomorrow, I guess, right?
Yes, yes, tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow, same time again. Okay? Bye bye.
Yes, goodbye.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Okay.
Have a great night.